Okay, so we proceed with question 5a. So question 5a. So question 5a, the question says a sinusoidal voltage, which is V, is equals to 100 sine omega t volts. So a sinusoidal of voltage V is equals to 100 sine omega t, which is volts. Then the question says, we've been given this one, find the mean value. So we are supposed to calculate the mean value as being given this one. So the first one is find the mean value. Find the mean value. So how do you calculate, or how do you come up with the mean value? So here is the formula that we use to calculate the mean value whenever you've been given an equation. You have this one represents the mean. This represents the mean. Whether it's statistics, you use this as a mean. So it will be y is equals to 1 over this pi minus 0, the integral of pi and 0 v the omega t. So this one, it is this is the formula we're going to be using. So this is the main formula we're supposed to use if you've been asked such kind of a question for you to calculate the mean value. Okay, so in this formula we are going to substitute this v here. It is this equation being given here, this function, it is the one for v. Then this, trying by all means to derive this formula, this is where this is coming from. Okay, so at this time actually we're just going to use the same formula. I'm not going to show you as in how they derive this same formula. I'm just going straight into calculations. Okay, so this such kind of a formula, actually it will be saved for another day. Like, I'll try by all means to come up with a video showing you how they derived this formula. But for this time, at this time actually we're just going to straight into calculations. So it will be our mean equals to, so we have 1 over the pi minus 0, this one, the integral of pi and 0 here. Then what is our v? Our v, we've been given that it is what? It is 100 sine omega t. Okay, so this is what we've been given. We have this sine omega t. Okay, so d omega t, don't forget here you have this. What next? Okay, so we come here. Then now we can start doing what? Integrating this, because we can integrate this directly. So what's next? What is pi minus 0? That's pi, so it will be 1 over pi. Then what we can do is, let's try by all means to factor out 100, so that 100 times 1 becomes 100. Then here we remain on with the sign. So sine omega t, when you integrate the sign, becomes the cos. Okay, so we're going to have something like this. So it will be cos. Okay, when you integrate, when you integrate the sign, becomes the negative cos. So negative cos omega t. But when you differentiate, the cos becomes negative sine. When you integrate, the sign becomes negative cos. You are supposed to know these things. When you integrate, the sign becomes negative cos, but when you differentiate, the cos becomes negative sine. Okay, so it will be negative cos omega t, this one. So once you have the cos omega t, you close it to, then you put now these values here. This is how we solve an equation being given the value. If you want to integrate a standard if you want if you want to integrate a standard integral. Okay, so we're going to have this one here. Now see what happens. We have this value and this value here. The first equation we're going to substitute this, the second equation we're going to substitute this. So we're going to have our 100 here over this pi. Then here I'll open a bracket. So the first equation I'm going to substitute this pi, so it will be minus cos, where there is omega t, that's when I'm substituting this. And remember, all the calculations are supposed to be done in radians because of this pi here. It is the one which has changed everything. This the omega t, that's where we are substituting the pi, so it will be negative cos pi, you close, minus open bracket, negative cos, where there is omega t we'll put our 0 here, then our main closing bracket. We have this. The next step, it will be 100 over, you know how to integrate, guys, when you're given these values. Okay, so now here what you're supposed to do, you're not supposed to punch directly negative cos pi in degrees. You're going to get a wrong answer. What I mean is, here is your calculator. Okay, here is your calculator. You switch it on. Let me reset it. When you reset your calculator, it goes back to what? It goes back to degrees. So if you can see here, let me try it. If you can see here, it's failing to focus. Okay, but it's in degrees. When you see it here, it's in degrees. Okay, so try by all means to change your calculator from degrees to radians. So this is the calculator here. So what really happens is, you're supposed to punch the negative cos. If I say negative cos here, then shift, you come where there is the exponential, that's where this pi is, pi, then answer. Have you seen the values that you are having? Negative something, negative 0.998. So we're supposed to change this pi. You're supposed to change the calculations actually into radians. So change your calculator here on mode. Change your calculator and take it to rad. So now it's in radians here, and see the calculations. What is negative cos, shift, then I come where there's an exponential, that's where the pi is. You're going to have 1. So meaning here you're going to have open bracket 1, you close it, minus, you come to this point. Here now it's direct because it's just negative cos 0. Whether in degrees or in radians, the answer is going to come out as in negative 1. You close it, you close the main bracket. You have something like this. We proceed. 100 over pi. What is negative times negative becomes positive. What is negative times negative becomes positive. So it will be, open bracket, it will be 1 plus 1. You close. 1 plus 1, that's 2. So you're going to have something like this. 2 times 100, that's 200 over pi. So 200, what is pi divided by 200? What is 200 divided by pi? Shift pi. Now you have your answer here, but remember what you're supposed to do. Here it was just going to be a direct thing. You have 63.66. Shift, you come on mode, reset. What is 200? You divide by what? By shift and pi. You have your answer is 63.662. So your answer here becomes 63.662. 63.662 watt V. So this one becomes your final answer.